Meet Andrew Huberman, a renowned neuroscientist and professor at Stanford School of Medicine. He's the man behind the powerful Human Lab podcast, delving into science-based tools for transforming your well-being. Andrew is definitely one of the brilliant minds of the self-improvement niche. In this video, I'll reveal how Andrew's morning routine elevated my productivity and life overall. Stay tuned for bonus tips at the end of this video. Striving for productivity and well-being is a common pursuit, especially as we age, right? After months of research and experimentation, my obsession with morning routine led me to Andrew Huberman's powerful approach, offering a roadmap for success divided into 3 phases. Phase 1 is the first 8 hours after waking up, which is the morning and the linear phase where the increased levels of dopamine, adrenaline, and cortisol contribute to improved focus, alertness, and cognitive performance. Phase 1 starts like this. We wake up between 6 and 6:30 a.m. Rehydrate our body, get straight into our workout, followed by a breathing meditation, then a deliberate cold exposure. Get natural light exposure into our eyes, and get at least one 90-minute work session done. Phase 2 is the non-linear phase of our 24-hour cycle, starting from around 2 p.m. until 10 p.m. or so. Perfect time to leverage our higher serotonin level and lower adrenaline with some healthy food, non-sleep deep rest protocol like meditation, doing creative work, and some playtime. And finally, phase 3 of our 24-hour cycle, where the goal is to get in the zone for bedtime and quality sleep. It's not like Andrew believes his morning routine is the best in the world and everyone should do it, right? He's just saying we got certain foundation we need to get dialed in. Then after that, it's going to be based on our personal preferences. Here is 3 rules Andrew recommends to follow. Practice intermittent fasting, also called time-restricted feeding, which means cycling between periods of eating and fasting. I personally fast anywhere between 14 to 18 hours, starting from the last bite of food I chewed the day before, which is usually between 6:30 and 8 p.m. No phone, emails, text messages, or social media distractions in the morning, or at least for the first few hours after waking up. And delayed caffeine intake for at least 90 minutes after waking up. Now I can understand you might be eager to hear the results. Let's dive into my experience with Andrew's morning routine. But before we continue, I want to emphasize that while I'll summarize here, the full video offers valuable insights on how this routine can genuinely transform your life, especially your productivity and well-being. My name is Adrian. If you don't mind, I'd like you to take a second right now to subscribe to my channel for inspiration and motivation to reinvent yourself beyond age. Reflecting on my journey, I discovered a profound truth. The simple act of consistently going to sleep and waking up at the same time carries remarkable power. A power that's often underestimated. This routine brought improvement not just in my sleep quality, but also in unexpected areas like managing stress and anxiety. And believe me, the transformation in productivity and overall well-being was remarkable, emphasizing the intricate link between a structured morning routine and a fulfilling life. While I had to adapt the routine to my specific needs, I did not anticipate the positive results to be as significant as they turn out to be. Forming good habits is known to be beneficial, but we might not fully grasp the extent of the benefit they offer. However, let's be honest, this routine wasn't a walk in the park. While the initial 14 days brought accomplishment and tangible boost in happiness, mental resilience, focus, and motivation, the following days presented its own array of challenges. As I progressed, there were moments where mental strength wavered, weariness crept in, and doubts about the routine's benefits surfaced. Hey, but life has taught me true growth often arises from testing times. Embracing this principle, I persevered, trusting the journey, and persistently moved forward. And now, after committing to this routine for a few weeks, I can honestly say that I experienced glimpses of the focused, productive self that I aspire to be on a consistent basis. So here is a glimpse into our day following Andrew's morning routine. I wake up between 6 and 6:30 a.m. and right away, I get to the kitchen to rehydrate my body with a glass of water and a pinch of salt for electrolytes. Then I turn on all the lights in my apartment. Waking up early can help us feel more energized and focused throughout the day. And early mornings are beneficial for regulating our circadian rhythm, which can really help to improve sleep quality. And finally, I take a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to help alkalize my body and improve gut health before putting on my gym clothes. If you consider the gut-brain connection, it is even more important why you should treat your gut with care, influencing physical and mental well-being. Next up, I do my bed.
Make your bed.
Which is what Andrew calls predictable, tractable practices. Basically doing small things that reinforce to ourselves that we are the one in control of our brain, that we're not at the mercy of our emotions or our state of motivation. I'm now ready to start my home workout before the end of my fast, which consists of a resistance and strength training routine, including ab workout with a 5-minute warm-up and 20 to 30-minute workout. Physical fitness is another key component of Andrew's morning routine. We must engage in some form of physical activity no matter what, to help improve overall fitness and energy levels. I've been creating my home workout routine based on when I was following religiously Funk Roberts' fitness program. I highly recommend you check it out, especially if you're over 40, as it has been a real game changer for me to achieve the body transformation I was looking for. You can find a link to Funk Roberts' fitness program in the description below. To be perfectly clear, I'm not sponsored or anything, right? I'm just giving a shout out to this inspiring brother, as I am grateful for the life-changing body transformation I achieved in my 40s with his fitness program. It's important to note that some people may find the idea of training on an empty stomach challenging. I know I was at the beginning, until I realized I'm getting better results while fasting. I usually break my fast on strength training days an hour and a half to 2 hours after I train, sometimes earlier depending on how hard I train. Post-workout stretching holds paramount importance in my routine. After my workout, or even on a daily basis, I dedicate 10 minutes to stretching. This practice remarkably enhances flexibility, reduces muscle tension, and boosts blood circulation. It's an essential step to ensure that my body recovers effectively and maintains optimal function. Andrew also suggests incorporating some light yoga or mobility exercises into our stretching routine. After some physical activity, it is time to get into my 15-minute breathing meditation, which is part of the non-sleep deep rest protocol that is an essential part of Andrew's morning routine. A great practice that helps reduce stress, improve mental clarity, help regulate the autonomic nervous system, and improve overall relaxation. Now it's time for some cold exposure with a cold shower. I'm not gonna lie, I never look forward to that moment, even though I can't complain, as I'm living on an island where the weather is fairly warm all year round. Even if the water of the shower is not that super cold as it probably should be, it still does the trick. I can feel it in how it effectively builds my mental resilience. I usually stay in between 3 to 5 minutes. Andrew explains many potential benefits to cold exposure, but the ones that really stuck with me are related to the baseline level of dopamine increase. It helps making us feel good, calm, and present throughout the day, and is a powerful trigger for adrenaline release. It also helps improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and boost our metabolism. Then one of my favorite times, especially on sunny mornings, is to go on my terrace to get natural light exposure in my eyes for 10 to 30 minutes or so, depending on if it's a sunny or cloudy day. It really helps regulate our circadian rhythm, the body's internal clock, for improved quality sleep that same night. This is the time where I reflect on the things I'm grateful for in my life. I feed my bird family and read a book. That special time usually happens 1 to 2 hours after I wake up. Andrew recommends we use a light box to simulate natural light exposure if it's still dark outside. Once I'm done with getting natural light exposure outside is usually when I break my fast on resistance and strength training days Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, starting with protein only, usually chicken breast, followed by a full meal after my first 90-minute work session. On my separate ab workout days, Tuesday and Thursday, and for my rest day on Sunday, I try as often as possible to break my fast towards the end of phase 1, usually between 12 noon and 2:30 p.m. Breaking our fast with a healthy meal is an important part of Andrew's morning routine. He suggests consuming a meal that is rich in protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates to help provide sustained energy throughout the day. He also suggests staying away from eating too heavy with too many carbs during the first phase of our 24-hour cycle to avoid brain fog for a higher level of concentration. By that time, it is usually between 9 and 10 a.m. when I start my work day with my first 90-minute work session, utilizing our ultradian rhythm that influences our energy, alertness, and a cognitive performance in a pattern of 90-minute cycles. I truly enjoy that time as I am super focused, ready to grind and conquer the world. Andrew highly recommends during that session to avoid multitasking and to stay away from our phone. That session focuses on linear work with one single important task that requires higher level of concentration. After my first 90-minute work session, I transition into a well-deserved break that lasts for about 20 to 40 minutes. This is a crucial moment to recharge and reset. Depending on the day's schedule, I engage in different activities. On strength training days like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, this break serves as a prime opportunity to nourish my body with a full meal. It's time to refuel and provide my muscles with the nutrients they need for recovery and growth. However, on ab workout days, which fall on Tuesday and Thursday, and for my rest day on Sunday, my approach takes a different direction. I prefer breaking my fast with protein only, typically opting for chicken breast. This kickstarts my body's metabolism and gradually eases me into a larger meal a couple hours later, usually marking the beginning of phase 2 in our 24-hour cycle. Throughout this break, I choose to unwind with some relaxing music or tune into an engaging podcast. It's my way of taking a mental breather, giving my mind a moment to shift gears before diving back into the next work session. This balance of physical nourishment and mental relaxation truly sets the tone for the rest of my productive day. Following my break, I engage in another 90-minute work session most of the time. During these sessions, I maintain my focus on a single important task as this marks the culmination of phase 1. When I speak to people in my sphere of influence about following a well-structured morning routine, for many, I'm being too extreme. They just don't get it, and it's okay. It's not for everyone. I get it. But I don't think they realize the real power of having a routine for everything to maximize productivity and well-being, avoiding all mental friction. And it's even more important as we age. Phase 2 is where my routine starts to differ a little bit from Andrew's morning routine. Andrew recommends having a 20 to 30 minute break for non-sleep deep rest protocol where we can disconnect from anything work related, using breathing meditation for example. It's important to take some time to relax after a higher level of concentration. And since cooking is part of relaxing for me, I enjoy this time to cook a healthy lunch. By the time I'm done eating, I feel a little sleepy, which is great timing to go chill on my terrace when possible, meditate on what I'm grateful for, and reflect on my goals while listening to some relaxing music. Time to dive back into work. In phase 2, as Andrew suggests, it's the perfect time for creative and non-linear tasks. These are moments where we tap into our creativity utilizing higher levels of serotonin and lower adrenaline. Personally, I've found this phase conducive to embracing flexibility and a relaxed approach to my tasks. In the past, it was a challenge for me to stay productive and avoid procrastination at this point prior to adopting Andrew's morning routine. But now, things have taken a positive turn. Andrew recommends some playtime once we are done with the grind on creative work. By that time, I like to get out of the house, go grocery shopping, which I personally truly enjoy, considering my passion for food, socialize with friends, go for a walk on the beach before dining out or at home. I do my best to handle my social media tasks in the early evening, also doing internet research, and I try my best to get away from the phone as soon as possible to get ready for phase 3 of our 24-hour cycle, but I must admit, this part is a battle. There's always potential for growth and refinement. Typically around 9 or 10 p.m. as we enter phase 3 according to Andrew's routine, it's time to transition into sleep mode. This involves creating a relaxing environment by taking a quick warm shower to unwind, ensuring minimal lighting, and avoiding screens. Andrew's advice is to prioritize getting the amount of sleep you truly need. In my experience, around 7 hours of quality sleep is optimum. He also suggests a couple of interesting techniques. Elevating your feet with a pillow when in bed helps enhance blood circulation and promotes better rest. Additionally, practicing nasal breathing during sleep, aided by using micropore or medical tape on your mouth, can assist in expelling excess CO2 from your body, potentially reducing anxiety. Rest assured, this method is safe and worth considering. So it's time to wrap up the day and head to bed, following these science-backed steps to ensure a restful and rejuvenating sleep. I want to share some of my experiences where I didn't quite hit the mark following Andrew's morning routine. While I aim to closely follow Andrew's routine, I had to make a few adjustments along the way, which I consider as a setback. During the second week, on a Saturday, I faced a moment of weakness and indulged in instant gratification with a sugar fix. I ended up having 3 scoops of my favorite Häagen-Dazs ice cream flavor, salted caramel, guilty as charged. This led to a cascade of slip-ups when I returned home, disrupting my routine, resulting in falling asleep at 3 a.m. and waking up at 8 a.m. the next morning. Another challenge I encountered was with the cold showers. Living in Mauritius, where the weather is warm all year round, I find it hard to make the shower as cold as recommended. Nonetheless, I still felt some of the benefits from the experience. Maintaining consistent sleep proved difficult for me. On average, I couldn't sleep more than 6 hours. Most of the time, I woke up after 5 hours to use the bathroom, struggling to fall back asleep. I used that time for non-sleep deep rest protocol instead. However, this inability to consistently achieve 7 hours of sleep felt like a setback for me. Congratulations, you made it to the end of this video. I'll share my final thoughts with you about this powerful routine. First, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts, experiences, victories, and challenges in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more empowering content to reinvent yourself beyond age. I was really impressed how this routine surpassed all my expectations. And by far, I definitely will continue with this routine. Adapt it and add a few things to create the perfect routine tailored to my specific needs as I go along. One thing for sure, this routine is making a huge difference in my personal and professional life. Even if you decide to pick up just one of these habits, like delaying caffeine, getting natural light in your eyes early in the morning, or even taking a cold shower or ice bath, doing just one of these things, you're going to feel the impact, I promise you. And when you begin stacking them, that's when you start getting insane results. Here is a few bonus tips to follow if you're considering to try Andrew's morning routine to transform your life. Determine your goals. Consider your schedule. Start small. Make it enjoyable. Be flexible. Prioritize sleep. And be consistent. There you have it. Want to learn more about 4 life-changing principles to implement? Watch this. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.